before before I started to learn about money. I too thought, oh, the rich are greedy and oh, they don't care about people and they just want to make money. And that was something that I didn't realize that was corporate capitalism. Entrepreneurial capitalism is totally different. It's a totally different ism. We all heard of socialism, we heard of Marxism, communism, all of these isms. And it's crazy what's going on in the world right now. We see not to get too political, but we see a change. And the reason why that is in my mind as well is because I'm reading this book, Capitalist Manifesto. And this book is a really interesting book. I'm only about about 100 pages in. And that book has made me think of the political side to money. But anyway, we won't go down that route because who cares about politics? What we want to do is we want to create our economy within the economy. And how we do that is we read these type of books, is we invest in the likes of silver, gold, silver, real estate, assets, businesses, online businesses, network marketing businesses, affiliate programs, any of those income producing assets. I call them pigs, passive income generators, systems, PIGS. So that's what you want to invest your money in. Now, what asset you want to invest in is totally up to you. It's totally what you feel you are pulled to. Me personally, just like Robert Kiyosaki, gold, silver, real estate. I have some stocks. I'm not too interested in stocks. A little bit of cryptocurrency as well. And then, of course, online businesses, network marketing, and also, there's also other traditional brick and mortar businesses like barber shops, flower shops, that sort of stuff. So for me, my journey started when I was 25. And it's been a long journey now. I'm 33. I'm 33. I have to remember because you know what? Sometimes the years they all seem like one, especially after COVID and all of that stuff. The years just start into, they just keep going. But when you have a passion about educating people financially, educating people in the personal development world of getting their finances, getting more money, because a lot of people they fail to understand that the more money that you can make, the more people that you can help. That's very important because so many people are triggered. They get emotional about money. When you realize is that, for example, you've €1,000 in your bank account right now, you can only help X amount of people with that €1,000. But let's say you start an online business. Let's say you start doing real estate. Let's say you start investing in gold and silver. You start making more money. Then you can invest. What happens if you had €100,000 in your bank account? How many more people can you help then? So it's very important to realize if you are triggered by money or you know people that are triggered by money, then it's a matter of just educating them if they want. If they want. There's an old saying, you bring the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. That's like what we do here in financial education industry. We give them the information. Hey, go read this book. If they don't read it, okay, we are going to read it. We are going to learn. We are going to grow. And when we learn, we earn. We drop the L and then we earn. So that's a little bit about me. I don't know, Marco, if you have any more questions, but I can talk and I can stay here for another 4 hours if you want me to. um, or you're muted, Marco. Marco, you're muted. Yeah, there you go.
It's a problem. It's a problem for me now. Well, most times I speak and I'm not muted. Um, so many things with Zoom got not good here, but yes, uh, many questions you answers now. But yeah, you say that is importance that we are financial educated.
Yes,
Yes, I
absolutely.
I read one quote from Robert Kiyosaki today from Warsaw, just before COVID began, and he wrote just a moment. She wrote that is financial education very important in this area when come to difficulties in economy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he wrote that is not necessary to focus on income or assets, but first focus on education about assets and income.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is very important if you are just starting off, because a lot of people, they say investing is risky. And you've probably heard of this. Oh, maybe your friends say, oh, investing is like gambling. And when people say that to me, that investing is like gambling on horses, or, you know, like betting and you know, going to the casino and playing the roulette and playing blackjack, that is not the same as investing. Investing is not risky. The only thing that is risky is the lack of financial education of the investor that makes the investment risky. So it's very important when you are doing any sort of research or education when it comes to investing, let's say, for example, in real estate, property. So it's like, okay, do you want residential property? Do you want commercial? Do you want industrial? So which type of property do you want? If you want, for example, residential, and this is what I learned from the coaching from Robert Kiyosaki and his team, you have to analyze at least 100 deals. Then you break it down to 30. Then you break it down to top 10. And then out of the top 10, you pick the best cash flowing asset. Now, for me, I'm an international property investor. I've got a property over in Portugal. And we have looked, I have a folder, actually similar to the folder that's in Katerina in Marco. Yeah, I have a folder like this, right? That I went onto a website in Ireland, right? It's called DAFT. I'm sure Slovenia have a similar website where you can search property. And I printed out 100 properties and I open them. I look at the location, I look at the price, I look at the rental income, and all, and I'm okay. And then all the way down to number one. And that's what you have to do when you get into the investment side, when you get educated. That is the research that you do before you do any sort of investment. So you get educated first. You get around masterminds and webinars like this that Marco has provided. You know, you get around things like this where you can learn from and then go, oh, okay, now I need to take action. Because a lot of people, they say knowledge is power. I disagree. I totally disagree. I say, no, knowledge is not power. Application or applied knowledge is power. So taking action on the knowledge. Otherwise, you're just going to be a big library. You know, you'll have lots of books, and that's it. You know, you have all the knowledge here, but you don't take action. And if anything, when we finish up here later, if you take some action on anything that you're doing, if you're building an online business, start texting people. Start saying, oh my God, I just got off this webinar. I need to get you on my next webinar, because you know what I have in my possession, the project that I'm building, you need to see it. Check this information out. Here's the Zoom link. See you next week. So that's the action that you need to take. When it comes to anything, if it's property, if it's gold and silver, if it's stock shares, do some analyzing, you know, and then, okay, maybe ask a friend, maybe ask one of your mentors. I have programs. I do a 4, 6, and 8 week financial education program where if you're interested in certain different assets, that's what we focus on. For example, I had a client who was just interested in making money in the stock market. I said, okay, Let's go and analyze stocks. Which stocks? Why the stock market? You know, what stocks interest you? What's your values? You know, maybe for example, you know, people they are vegan, okay? You know, maybe they don't eat meat. So if my client was vegan and they don't eat meat or anything like this, then I would not suggest them to invest in a meat company because it's not aligning. It doesn't make sense. You're telling the universe, you're telling your God, you're telling Allah, you're telling Buddha, you're telling Jesus, whoever you believe in, it's not in alignment. It doesn't make sense. It's crossing paths. It doesn't make sense. For example, if you are a fitness trainer and you invest, you know, you tell everybody to be fit and healthy and you promote health and wellness, but then you invest in McDonald's or Coca-Cola. It doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. And then therefore, you are more likely to lose money because the universe knows. God knows. Allah, Buddha, whatever you believe in, they know. So they know what's coming to you. They know that, okay, you know what? This guy, this woman, they are doing some good things for the people around them in their circle and their friends, their family, their external friends. I want to bless them. I want to help them. But they need to get in alignment. And a lot of people, they don't understand that, for example, about the stock market. You know, that's just me in the stock market. I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with the stock market, you know, and it's all just as Matthew McConaughey in the Wolf of Wall Street says, it's all a fugazi. Just made up. You know. So that's why, you know, for me, I invest in tangible assets. Maybe you guys know about Klaus Schwab. Give me a thumbs up if you know. Hell yeah, I see Marco laughing there. Okay, you know about Klaus Schwab. Who is this German guy telling me how to live my life? Telling me how to you will own nothing and be happy. This is what I own.
Karl,
You know?
do you know that is Karl Schwab now in Schweiz?
Say that again. Say that again.
In Davos.
Yes.
From today's
It's happening.
World Economic Forum.
Yes, it's happening now.
Don't be too loud.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, I'll shout higher so they can hear. But it's very important, guys, that we need to focus on whatever these people are saying. They do not have your best interests at heart. They do not. Simple as, you know. And I understand that I'm going against the grain here. I'm like a salmon going upstream. It's difficult when you go against what the masses say. If you follow the masses, this is a joke. If you follow the masses, the M is usually silent. So you're following the asses, you know? So it's very important that if a lot of people, if the media is saying, do this, do this, do this, let me show you. As Robert Kiyosaki says, stand on the edge of the coin, you know, stand on the edge of the coin and have a look this way. Okay, I understand. Have a look this way. Okay, I understand. And make your own decision. And that's why right now, me and my wife, Brona, we are investing in tangible, hold it in your hands assets, because most people, they won't own anything by 2030. Look at the housing situation. I'm sure in Slovenia is the same as in Ireland. It's the same. I know I've got some friends in Singapore. It's the same in Singapore. So the housing crisis, not many houses. Nobody has any money or very little money to invest in houses. If they do have money, there's no houses. It's all an agenda. It's all by design. You know, for what? They only know, because we're not in Davos. You know, I don't want to go to Davos either. But this is why, you know, investing in yourself, investing in financial education, investing in a mentor, being around people like Marco, and Dominic there, and there's another, yeah, watch. I can't pronounce your name. Voiko.
Voiko.
Yes, Voiko, yes. Who we met in Stuttgart. Being around people, you know, like this that take time out of their life. We don't we don't go to sunny holidays. We go to seminars, you know, and then we go to these seminars and then after we go on sunny holidays because we learn more and then we earn more, if that makes sense. So it is very important to invest in yourself because no matter what, people always look for a return on investment. They never look for a return on information. And J.W. Wilson says this as well, and Marco and Dominic Voico, we would have heard this, J.W. Wilson say this, that education does not mean transformation, but information has the capacity, it's able to change situations. So that's why we need to learn financial education as well, Marco. So I know I talk and talk and talk. I could talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. Well, we must hear more those information for more people. I know when I speak about this, then little get into brains. When Robert speak and when you speak, when next time Maureen speak, maybe I don't know who is then Ken McElroy, J John
Tom.
McGregor or so
Yeah,
was, no?
yeah,
And Tom is also very good, no? And then maybe you must hear 10 times one word or quote or information or everything, and then maybe 11th. Oh yes, this is
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Now I know.
yeah. And that's very important, Marco, because repetition is the mother of all skill. What we do, you know, that defines our life, our habits. That defines our destiny, and then there's more to it than that. But that's why I recommend people to maybe once a year read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, um, just to refresh. And then sometimes every time you read this, every single year, every 6 months, you're a different person. You're going through life. Things happen to you. Maybe you suffer a loss in your family. Maybe you give birth to a baby. Maybe you get a new job. Maybe you get new investment, or maybe if you're building an online business, maybe then you rank up and make more money, and things are different. You see from a different level, then have a read of this again, and then you will see how important it is that every time you read something, you're seeing it from a different perspective, because you're not the same. Your mind is always being stretched, and once it's stretched, it's like an elastic band. When you stretch an elastic band, it never goes back to the same size. It always is a little bit bigger. And that's the same for our brain and our mind. When you stretch it, when you read, when you be around seminars, webinars, that's when, like you basically learn more. And you never go back to the old person. You never go back. You always develop. For every level, you keep going, keep going. And and someone might say, "Oh, when do I stop?" There is no stopping. There's resting, there's taking a break, but there's no quitting. You just keep going, keep going, keep going. And how much is enough? It's enough. So you keep going and going and going, you know?
So, can I ask you one personal question?
Yes.
I know that you invest money in financial education and other education. How much money do you spend in year for education?
Oh, wow. I remember I was doing this calculation about 2 or 3 years ago. When COVID happening, basically I couldn't go to events. I couldn't go to seminars or stuff because you couldn't fly. Everyone was doing webinars. Even though in my job I was flying pretty much all of 2020, all of 2021, and a little bit of 2022. And I was flying from different parts of the world. In 2021, actually, I spent about 9.5 months away from my wife in two different countries, the USA and Taiwan. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, I love webinars. I love seminars. I love going to, the Tony Robbins events, those type of events, the Robert Kiyosaki events. I love meeting people. I love seeing people. But I remember thinking, how much money have I spent? Wow. And I would have to go through all my accounts and stuff, but I know, hands down, I know that I've spent since my journey started close to six figures, close to 100,000 euro. Now, I have no problem spending more. In fact, what day is today? Monday. Last Friday, Thursday or Friday? Friday. Very busy Friday. Friday, I spent 45 minutes talking to a Hollywood actor, business coach, marketer. He was absolutely incredible. I heard him speak at an event. I follow him on Instagram, and then I was chatting to him, and I said, hey, can we have a call? Because I'm like, he's a coach. So I was like, okay, tell me about your coaching. And I said to him, I have no problem investing money into a coach or a mentor. I think it's so important because you know why? When you pay the price, you pay attention. So that's why so many people, they do free events. And that's okay. Free events are great. It's a great way of getting more people and connecting with more people. But my events are always paid because I want people to pay the price because that way they pay attention, you know. But they really they understand then, okay, I'm giving this money here, then therefore I need to get a return. I need to focus. I need to pay attention. So the best advice that I could give you is always, if you can, never, it depends on your situation, but don't get into debt trying to go to seminars and stuff. Some people can do that, because they like the pressure. They like the challenge. Okay, I'm going to spend 500 euro on this ticket, but I'm going to go into debt. So that means I need to work a lot smarter and a lot harder to pay off that bill. And maybe then from that, I can make more money and all that sort of stuff. But I recommend leveraging your job. If you're in a job, leveraging your job, making sure that you know your budget and setting aside monthly some bit of money for self-development, for seminars, for webinars and stuff like that. So that way, when the opportunity comes up, you're ready. So yeah, close to
Yes,
six figures, easy.
yes, I know. While why I know, we are about now close to the school with Robert Kiyosaki and his team.
Yes,
This new 10 months program,
yes,
back to the school for
yes,
entrepreneurs and investors.
yeah,
And we both know that we have one big events on the end.
yes.
What do you know about this event?
All I know is that it's going to be in November and it's going to be in Arizona and it's going to be warm and it's going to be sunny. And I know in Ireland and more than likely in Slovenia, it's going to be cold and rainy and so it's like, okay, I want to go there. But at that time we will have a 2 year old, maybe two and a half, yeah, 2 year old and a 7 month old child. So I have to basically find a babysitter. Isn't it funny? I have a joke. Isn't it funny how different we are all on this webinar when it comes to the people outside of this webinar? Like for example, in 2 weeks' time, I have a cash flow event. Like yourself, Marco. I have a cash flow, in-person cash flow event in Ireland. And I'm thinking, oh, I need a babysitter. I need a babysitter to mind my child. And isn't it funny how most people, the average person, they need a babysitter to go out on a Friday and Saturday night to have drinks, whereas we need babysitters to go to seminars and events. You know, it's so different. So yeah, yeah, like so, you know, like yeah, that's it.
Okay, one more question
Yes.
from me. We both know that is in this world outside very, very, very many people that want our money.
Yes.
So call it scams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And my question is, have you ever lost money in financial markets or this is scams?
You know what? It's a great question. And I think we have to look at it on a broader context. We have to look at it more broad, you know, on a bigger context. So scam, what does scam mean? What does scam stand for? Scam stands for somebody confused about money. That's what scam stands for, right? And this is what you don't want to be a financial dumbass. And what I mean by dumbass is you don't want to be a financial stupid person, because dumbass means doesn't understand money, but always screams scam. So it's very important when somebody approaches you with an opportunity or some sort of business, then you have to do research. You have to do your due diligence. You have to, if it's, you have to look at the company. You have to look at the people behind the company. You know, is there any red flags? You have to check websites. You have to, and sometimes you start seeing some negative stuff on websites. And when you start seeing it, you have to realize these people also are running a business that the more clicks and the more views they make, the more money they make. So maybe it's in their best interest to say, oh, this company is a scam. Don't do this, you know, because our mind is hardwired. It's programmed to look for negativity. It's a primal instinct in our brain, in our prefrontal cortex, in our brain. We are hardwired from our old days of living in a cave. We are hardwired to focus on unsafe situations. That's why when we're driving in our car and we see a crash, oh, we always slow down. We always, you know, nobody keeps driving fast past it. Oh God, our brain is hardwired. So when we see opportunities, we have to look at them, you know, and we have to go, okay, worst case scenario, most probable scenario, and best case scenario. So worst case scenario, you invest €1,000. Okay, let's just say maybe it's a little less, €500, whatever, €1,000. You invest €1,000. If you truly want to be an entrepreneur and truly want to be financially free, you have to lose money. There is no lose. Oh, look at this. You have to lose money. There is no losing money. It's simply moving money from yourself to somebody else who's maybe more financially educated or maybe just does not have a heart and they are just going to take your money and run. You know, but you have to be careful. Now, right now, there's lots and lots of cryptocurrency scams, and it's such a pain because the cryptocurrency idea, the blockchain, is a great invention by man. Somebody made that. You know, somebody made it. So it's a great invention. But there's always going to be people that are going to try and pull your money. You just have to be careful that, you know, it's not someone that you care about, because you have to be mindful that even though you're losing money, it's not about losing, it's about learning. So if, for example, you lost €1,000, then you're not, if you want to be a big entrepreneur and a big multi-millionaire person, multi-millionaires people, they lose money all the time in the stock market, in property, in bad deals, bad partners, lawsuits, all of this sort of stuff, the tax revenue, all of these people. So you have to not have a scarcity mindset. I've never lost money. I've just learned. Now, when I say I've never lost money, right? I did invest in a cryptocurrency automatic trading platform years ago during COVID. And I put in €300 and it got up to €2,000. I wanted to take it out. And they said, oh, it's not there. I said, what? Oh, they stopped, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, no problem. No problem. I lost €300. However, it was a learning, and it was a very cheap learning. Also, I was, and just coming back to that, it made me think, okay, I'm not saying all cryptocurrency automated trading platforms are bad. No. But now I have a different perspective. Now I'm coming at it from an educated investor. Before, someone just said, oh, put your money in and boom, you'll be a millionaire. And I was like, oh, okay, dude, there you go. Here's my money. But now it's different. Now you're looking at it from a different angle. Now I'm wiser. So it's not that I'm skeptical, because you can either be skeptical or you can be rich, but you can't be both. So you have to learn about learning about doing your due diligence. And here's another example. I was in Shanghai. We were living in China for 2 years, from 2018 to 2020. And we were at a Shanghai market. So we were walking around and we saw these coins that looked, oh my God, they looked like these. Now, this is a real silver coin. This is real 999 silver coin. But this looked like we were looking, oh my God, 1878 coin. Wow, this is maybe worth so much money. And we said, oh, how much is this? And they said, oh, it was, I think, about €30. Wow, this is maybe this is very cheap. Like, this is, oh, we hit the jackpot. This coin is over 150 years old. Wow. We did tests, magnet tests, checks, everything. Everything seemed to be okay. And then I brought it to a professional, and they said, China, it's fake. So I was like, okay, very cheap lesson. But now if someone says, okay, Karl, check this out, then I know exactly what I'm looking for. So I think sometimes it's as you go on your journey, you're going to see these obstacles. You're going to hit these walls. And it's important to not stop, but just climb over the wall and keep going. However, you have experience now, but also you have to look at, you don't want to be a financial dumbass. You don't want to doesn't understand money, but always scream scam. It's not about that. It's about, okay, that's an opportunity that came to me. No, I don't need it. Don't want it. Okay. There is trillions of euro, dollars, yen, pesos, trillions of money out there. So opportunities are like buses. They come every 5 minutes. In Ireland, very bad bus system, maybe every 1 hour. So but they still come. So it is important to never be closed to opportunities. Always be open, because closed minds don't get fed. And when you are, I love sales, I love marketing, I love branding, I love negotiating, I love all of the financial education stuff, because I know that I'm on the right path. If your friend or if your friend is pitching to you or you are pitching to a friend, that's good. That is good. That means you're on a journey of doing something, you know? So does that answer your question, Marco? No,
Yes,
I've never
yes,
lost money.
yes. Okay. No problem. So, zdaj pa še sam takole bom. I ask my friends somebody has question for you. Torej, če ima kdo kakšno vprašanje za Karla, mogoče, da mi ga napiše oziroma da ga sam postavi. Sicer se lahko Karlu zahvalimo, jaz upam, da je dovolj povedal nekih stvari, ki jih lahko vsi skupaj razumemo v teh 45 minutah. Seveda pa, če bomo želeli, pa bomo pridni mogoče, pa bo Karl seveda z veseljem še prišel na kak Zoom. Vidim, da vprašanj ni. Okay, Karl, there is no questions. So I will thank you for your time, for your knowledge, for everything what you say to us today. And I think that we will many times making so on Zooms. And
Yes.
Another innovation is for you. You still know that you have country named Slovenia that waiting for you.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe the time when you travel in Slovenia and we meet here, maybe we organize a meeting,
Yes.
CASHFLOW meeting or so.
Yes, absolutely.
If you are available.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do a big event. You know, I'm preparing for my cash flow event and I have the board game here. I've got a lot of board games. So but yeah, I bring this board game with me when I'm traveling so that if anyone wants to play, then we can play.
No, in Slovenia is no problem. I have 4 board games. That's
Nice.
No problem.
Nice.
I just buy it new.
Yeah.
The news. So it's no problem in Slovenia too. And Vojko has board, has Marco will buy one, and it's no problem now.
Nice.
So thank you for your time. Regards on your wife.
Yes.
And what I say, I want that you take time another day and that maybe we look forward and make some Zoom calls or live events together, and that our friendships go in one direction, and this is that we educate people, and that people will know very well about money in the next years.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to Slovenia, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Slovenia. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Karl.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao.